this movie Squad.
The Suicide.
That made sense.
The Suicide Squat, if you will.
The Suicide Squat.
Yes.
This is our
you kneel down and
non-spoiler short review for DC's Extended Universe movie Suicide Squad. Just came out this week.
Yep.
That is the second time you've done that. You did that for Ghostbusters 2. Alright?
You mean the remake?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't hate the remake.
He's just doing it for the sake of attention. Don't give him too much attention. Anyway,
I
so
didn't do it during recording.
this is non-spoiler, so you don't.
Did I?
Yeah.
But I ended up saying that I liked it.
Guys,
Anyway.
come on.
Dan's yelling.
This movie's worse than Ghostbusters.
It is.
Okay.
It
All right,
really
so
is.
you're cutting ahead. All right, so this is a non-spoilers review. You don't have to worry about anything. We're just basically going to tell you the general things we liked and disliked, as well as whether this should actually be worth seeing. All right. Now, from the discussion we just had, this is quite interesting. Let's just get into it.
Our longer review will be up.
Yes, it'll be up
Later.
shortly. But for now, this is just basically just initial thoughts. Just so in case you were wondering whether you should go see this or not, this will help give you a bit of a guiding light.
Alright, so general thoughts on the movie. Let's start with... Not Jake, because he's being immature. Cooper!
Okay,
General thoughts.
Mister, I've seen this twice because he got a free
Cooper has
movie
seen it
ticket.
twice.
I could thank you, T-Mobile Tuesdays.
Sponsor
He
us.
says with score.
You son of a.
Anyway, alright, as far as things that I liked, there were some character portrayals, there was one character portrayal, which I thought was fantastic, way better than I expected. All the other characters were garbage and did not get enough time to really flesh themselves out.
Which character was the one?
Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Mostly because you and I both were really afraid that they were just going to just completely just screw over her character.
Yes.
And she did not. Luckily for anyone who likes Harley Quinn, this is a good adaptation. This is a good showing of the character. She's fun. She has some good cool scenes buried.
However,
And her portrayal, Margot Robbie does a good job.
You're gonna have to go crypt diving. That's how buried this is. Like, you're gonna need about
Okay.
more than a shovel.
Let's figure it out. So like the Rotten Tomatoes is around 26% right now. Last time I had heard for this movie. I don't agree that it should be that low because that's like.
I think it should be.
I think it should be lower.
Okay, fair enough. I don't agree it should be that low, but I completely understand where critics are coming from at the very
Audience
least.
rating's at 74 though.
We don't know because
Which I feel is a lot of people just being angry that the critic review was so low.
Yeah.
which is
And
possible.
just fucking
and I think
putting
like
in
because I think
numbers.
the difference here is that I think if you just like go for like, you know, as far as like fun scenes, yeah, this has them. As far as like funny lines, yeah, this has them. As far as performances, yeah, this has them. There are things in this movie to enjoy. As far as a movie, the structure from beginning to end, I am with the critics. Not as much, but this movie does not hold itself together.
It's a mess.
It is very much a mess. None of the characters really get the time they deserve. A lot of things get kind of thrown at you for
And
no
the thing
reason,
with
and then a lot of
Rotten
things
Tomatoes,
don't get thrown at you
like-
at all.
Yeah. The thing with Rotten Tomatoes is don't ever take it as
Well, you know,
gospel.
it's always a grain of
It's
salt.
always like
always salt your tomatoes, everyone.
it's whatever.
That
Not
does
gonna
sound
get into
delicious.
it.
I'm just-
That's another video.
I'm more of saying as a benchmark, I don't think it should be that low, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
So for me, what I did like, there were several character performances. I do like Margot Robbie. I do like Will Smith in this movie. I do, as far as like entertainment value, I do like Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. Like, I do like the actor's performance in there. I just think the actors didn't get a chance to perform as much or as well as they could have. The writing was just not there. If the characters had really been focused on and dug out and brought to light and really fleshed out, these could have been amazing performances, an amazing movie to set up. Because I think the acting behind the actors behind this movie, I think are
Great
great.
cast.
Great cast. It's great.
Great
cast.
Wasted fucking cast.
I also, you know, it's like
That no, actually, I think that's the perfect way to sum this up. It was a wasted cast.
great wasted.
You got these great heavy hitters.
yeah, Will
These
Smith.
like-
These heavy hitters, and you didn't give them a chance to
Award-nominated
do what they do.
actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Viola Davis, I think, has won several.
Oh yeah, Jared Leto has an Oscar. Will Smith has been in so many movies.
Will Smith has an
Will
Oscar
Smith
for
been
Mr.
nominated?
Nobody.
I don't think he's won. I think he's been
He's nominated for Pursuit. I think maybe he did win for Pursuit of Happiness. I don't know. I
He
can't
might
remember.
have.
Anyway,
I don't
but
remember if he won or
at the
not.
very least, he was been nominated. And he's been beloved for years
Yeah.
because he's been in so many.
He's
I
the
mean,
Fresh
like,
Prince, you
whether or
guys.
not he has been nominated, he has been acting
Oh, yeah,
for
no,
so
he's-
long that
he's
it's just
fantastic.
like he just does it.
Will Smith is a great actor. And he's,
Despite whatever behind the scenes weird.
but that's the thing. Like Will Smith has saved really crappy movies, and I've enjoyed them because of Will Smith is in them. Will Smith doesn't save this one, mostly because Will Smith doesn't get enough attention.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, just that's one of many. Anyways,
So
so
Cooper was talking.
I was.
Are you
Sorry,
were you
did I-
finished?
Or
did
well,
you
I
have more to
said
say?
my
I
pro.
was transitioning off. Yeah, okay, we're
I
kind of.
said,
My pro, singular pro.
I said my pro. My con is that they explain certain things twice that don't even really need to be explained once. Like,
But
they explain Katana's origin story twice, basically, but then they don't explain anything about El Diablo or Slipknot, for that matter. But you'll get
Or Enchantress.
Not
you'll
the
get
band.
to that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
not the band.
do
Okay,
I
so-
get my rating now, though, or no?
No,
Okay.
it's just
At
no.
the end.
We'll just keep going. So, Jake, just generally, like, I know, like, there's.
If you make the fart noise with your tongue
I'm not
again,
gonna make
I'm gonna
it.
hurt you.
Alright, anyways, maybe good.
hard noise. All right, I'm good. I'm content. All right.
Okay.
I'm not about the movie though. The movie's bad.
Yeah.
Pros, cons, both. All right.
Just
you know what?
it's,
All right.
in general.
The writing is bad. Like they said, cast is good. It's just they can't. There's too much shit.
They don't have anything good to work with.
They don't. There's too much shit, and they don't have enough shovels. That's what's going on.
yeah, that's
And-
another good one.
Like I don't. There's like Cooper said. There's there's too much explaining on the stupid things and not enough explaining on the important things. But still, there's still a lot of just bad writing. Some of the jokes are funny, and then that are written, and then the other half of the jokes are not funny.
The villain doesn't work. That's
villain
another
doesn't
big
work.
thing.
Villain really doesn't work.
They
Like-
really they didn't pick a character to be the lead of their movie, and they're just grasping at straws.
Yeah.
Similar to Batman v Superman.
Yeah, no,
if you saw Batman v Superman.
I agree. Like, I think the big thing that'll go out here, as far as this recommendation for this movie, like, if you just want to see Harley Quinn on the live screen and just you don't care about anything else, all right, fine. If you want to see, some Deadshot do some cool things, just a little bare bones to the character, this has that.
Even then, though, I wouldn't say because you still
I
have
would
to
like
wait
to say-
through all the other
Yeah.
characters.
Well, no, I agree. Like, and that's the thing. Like, you cannot go for this movie just for Harley Quinn unless you just don't care about waiting through an hour and a half of movie for the half hour of good Harley Quinn of Harley Quinn scenes. Like, I would still if you're a diehard DC fan, you've already seen this movie, so this recommendation is kind of weird. For the actual moviegoer, you don't really see the movie. This movie, I think, the problem is that this movie doesn't really do enough. It doesn't show enough. You will probably be confused. Like I said, I knew all these characters, and I was still like, wait, that doesn't add up. Like, I knew all these characters. I knew even the story they were trying to play at, and I was
I
like,
forgot there were points in the movie where I physically said what. I forgot. Cooper
I was
sitting
sitting
beside
next to
me.
him. There was like
There's a couple things
5 or
said.
6 times.
when they did something. I'm just like, what?
There were several, like for me, there were several eye rolls. I was like,
so yeah, this is a movie that it's like you basically have to be a diehard fan. If you just want to see like some fun action sequences, fine. If you honestly want to see bad movies, then maybe this would be a fun thing. If you like,
if you're the target audience of movies like The Room,
oh god,
that was too harsh. I'm sorry.
Jesus. Okay, it's not The Room.
It's not The Room bad.
At
no.
least has an actual production
Yeah.
quality at all.
Here's what I want to say. This movie was garbage.
Yeah.
It was by far one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
And you know,
And hold on, I am not done, sir.
whoa. Okay, I'm not interrupting. I'm just whoa.
It's by far one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but I think everyone should go see it because this is one of the first movies that Jeff Johns has. He didn't even really get to take over it yet. He was just recently put in charge of the cinematic universe.
Right, yeah.
And this is kind of like his jumping off point. So this movie, no matter how poorly it's reviewed, is going to be important in everything that's coming. It's introduced critical characters, it's introduced critical elements, and even if it's, stop air quoting me, I can see you in the camera. Even if it's so awful, they're still going to bring these back, and you can't guarantee how well you may or may not get it if you haven't seen their official
Like,
introduction.
if you are still very much wanting to dive into the rest of the DC universe as it comes out, I'm sure this will have ties to the rest of it.
Hopefully, because Jeff Johns is taking over.
Well, yeah, like I
because
said,
Jeff Johns is my hero.
I feel that this is probably out of any of the movies that are coming up, this is probably one of the movies that could be skipped if you need to skip one, just on concept, because these characters are going to be very much kind of their own thing. I don't think they're going to come together for Justice League. I'm almost sure they're not going to come in for any of the solo films. They'll probably show up again. I'm certain that assuming this movie does enough, they might try another take at Suicide Squad. And I hope they do it better. I hope they actually learn from this movie, like I said with Batman v Superman. I hope they take this movie and learn from it.
It's like they took all of the problems with Batman vs Superman and escalated them in this movie. They were like, all of the things people didn't like in Batman vs Superman, let's just make a movie out of that.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. So I know there's one question on everybody's minds that we haven't touched on yet.
Alright.
Jared Leto's Joker. Personally, I like him, but
It's okay. Here's a warning sign. If
He's not
anyone
in
go,
the
if
movie.
anyone
Is
goes
this
to
part of the 10-minute review? Because I feel like this might be spoilers.
no, I'm not gonna talk spoilers. I'm gonna say okay.
We're saying like overall, like first of all, like do not go into this expecting Heath Ledger's Joker.
No.
This is a new Joker. Just have that go in with the open-minded Joker. If you really
Joker.
go in.
And this isn't a spoiler, but he's not in the movie all that much. And what little he is in the movie is kind of not necessary.
Yeah. So that's just. But
I
that's
like his character,
far enough.
and I like some of the stuff he does. That being said, skip this fucking movie.
I
is
disagree.
Really bad.
Don't pay for it.
Don't pay for it. Pirate it.
But
No.
see
Don't
this
even.
awful movie.
Okay. Like honestly, the comparison I keep making in my head is to Fantastic Four.
Oh,
And I know it hurts Dan that I say that, but honestly, I think it's that bad.
Dios mío.
I think it's worse than Fantastic
He
Four.
thinks it's worse.
I thought, yeah.
To an extent, I would agree. But like, there are huge overarching story plot, narrative structure, editing problems that just make it hard to watch.
Yeah.
But even more than that, there are problems that in any other movie would be so small and insignificant that are just escalated by the fact that the rest of the movie is horrible. None of the characters get any development. The plot is basically nonsensical. It's all over the place. It jumps around constantly. There are scenes that just straight up don't need to be in the movie and don't make sense. There's stuff that's explained that doesn't need explaining. There's stuff that's not explained that you need an explanation for. The characters are introduced incredibly poorly.
Multiple times.
Multiple times they're introduced really bad. So
That's a no from Connor.
that's a hard no. Don't see the movie. I'm gonna take my go see it's and I'm taking them all back. And I'm gonna put them in my pocket and I'm gonna save them for the next one. Because this movie's not getting them.
All right. Wow. This is the most passion I've ever seen him in anger against the movie.
All right, you guys read.
Let's wrap this up. I think that's actually probably good enough for a small movie because we've gone even over the time limit of what we've tried to do this for. Well, this is what we want. Smaller movie. Anyway, all right. So, anyways, this is our recommendation. The recommendation is basically
Recommendation being don't see the movie.
the only reason you would ever want to see this movie is if you have an investment in the DC universe. At which point you probably have already seen this movie. So, For anyone who hasn't
Why are
seen
you
it,
even watching this?
I would say go see the movie to learn how to not make movies.
Boy, fair enough. If you're a filmmaker, pay attention to this movie as far as character and editing and all that
If you're
stuff.
any
That's-
kind of
that's-
storyteller, any kind of storyteller,
This is a great
This is how
prompt.
you don't.
This
tell
is a great
stories.
prompt to be like, how would you fix this? That's
Yeah.
that's your prompt.
Yeah, we went through in our
Let's start
discussion-
that online discussion. Everybody, tell us how you would fix the
All
Suicide
of you
Squad.
writers, screenwriters in the comments.
Yeah.
How would you fix the movie if you've seen
Boom.
it?
That's the
We
big
will
thing.
read all of them.
Yes.
We'll read all of them.
We'll draw
We,
straws.
so, as always, please, like, comment,
We'll pick
subscribe.
our favorites.
Our
Yes.
longer spoiler discussion review will be up later, couple days.
Later on, this is basically just to wet everyone's whistles and throw recommendations out in the world so people can judge for themselves whether they should see
We're
it.
also going to be doing a discussion video about the larger DC universe.
Yep.
Which
that
will
be
hopefully
coming
be a
out.
bit more structured,
Hopefully,
because
We'll
I'm
see.
going to structure it.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, we were just following Suicide Squad. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
We
That's exactly
We
what
brought up a
happened.
bunch of points and then didn't actually develop them at all.
All right.
Hey,
so we
oh.
will see you guys in our more in-depth discussion review with spoilers. For now, we will sign off here. Goodbye.
One of these days we'll actually get an actual sign-off thing.
It'd be like a news thing.
It's funnier when it's random. All right.
I'm at my desk.
What
and the
was
papers.
this?
What,
I'm whatever. I'm trying to get it wrong.
Biggest boss and I've been a trillist. I'm a bigger problem.